So you already mentioned briefly Lucas Oil Stadium, and I want to bring this up because obviously you guys are making the decision to make a jump from an arena to a stadium. Did I say that right?
Yes.
An arena to a stadium. So at what point, because it's such a long planning cycle, at what point did you say, man, we gotta bump this up to a 70,000 seat facility?
Well, it was 2:00 in the morning on March 1st, 2015, when we realized that we needed to make that move for 2017. Wow. The reason that it was 2:00 in the morning, I didn't have a vision. An angel didn't show up in my room and say, it is time to move to a stadium. It wasn't quite that dramatic, but it was pretty intense because March 1st, 2015 is when we opened registration for Youth Congress 2015.
Right.
And we opened registration with 18,000 tickets available, and literally within about 10 seconds, the first 4,000 tickets for level 1 sold out. Within 4 to 5 minutes, the next 6,000 tickets for level 2 sold out. And a couple of hours into this process, about 2:00 in the morning, as level 3 tickets were beginning to sell quickly, our GYD team, we were at different places around the country that night, but we're talking, we're texting, our minds are blown that tickets are selling so fast. We had an idea that maybe it might sell out, but we're thinking weeks or months down the road, not hours. And we realized this thing is about to sell out. And so we had already started the process of working on 2019 Youth Congress. We had been contracted at that point for 2 years on 2017. We had contracted with Columbus, Ohio for Youth Congress to be there in 2017. And
sorry, Columbus.
Yes, we apologize, Columbus, that you lost out on this opportunity. So I'd already started that process in 2019 and had mentioned to Connections Housing, that's the company that manages all of our hotel room blocks. They manage our negotiations with cities and with facilities, the convention centers and arenas. Yep. They manage that whole contracting process for us. And so I had already told them for 2019, I want you to look at some domed stadiums as a possibility for Youth Congress. So 2:00 in the morning, March 1st, 2015, I sent an email to Connections Housing. And I said, number one, I need you to find out what's it going to take for us to get out of our contract with Columbus, and all those cities that you're talking to about domes for 2019, I want you to ask them about the dates for 2017.
Okay.
And that started the process where we knew we had to do something quickly if we're going to get this done. And it started a process where over the course of about 2 months, we were able to locate the Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, Indiana. They had 1 week available, and it was the only domed stadium with any availability around that time in all of North America. There were no other options.
Wow.
It was Lucas Oil Stadium the last week of July. And so that was it. And we felt like it was the will of God at that time to make that move because of the momentum and the growth of Youth Congress. And at that time, we didn't even know what was going to happen at Youth Congress 2015.
Sure,
we didn't realize how impacting it was going to be. We had an idea. We knew it was going to be a sellout crowd. But at that point, we had no idea the incredible, unprecedented demonstration of the Holy Ghost that we were about to experience. Mm-hmm. But we knew that there was momentum. We knew that God was doing something, that He was up to something. And we didn't want the size of the arena to hinder the growth and stop the momentum of Youth Congress.
Right.
It was heartbreaking, the phone calls and the emails we received from people who were begging and pleading for tickets to Youth Congress who couldn't make it because it was sold out. I mean, it was gut-wrenching for us to, I mean, there were tears that were shed as people were asking, my young people want to be there, they want to be a part of this. And so that was so exciting for us to be able to make Lucas Oil Stadium available in 2017, to move into that domed stadium with 68,000 fixed seats. There'll be 5,000 or 6,000 people on the floor, so over 70,000 seats that'll be available in that dome. I don't know how many we're going to have, but I know it's going to be a lot. and
awesome.
we've got a great vision for what's going to happen in 2017. I really believe that there is prophetic significance to this event, that it is more than just a gathering. It's more than just an exciting event, that it really does tie into this movement in this current generation, the hunger and passion for God, for the things of God, to be involved in the work of God, that it's a part of God's plan for what He's doing in this generation and for the revival that's happening in North America. But I believe that God has more for us, and there's greater revival to come in our
Incredible, man.
in the United States and Canada. I'm sure everybody would love to know what those locations are.
Well, you told me you were going to say, right?
I'm not going to be able to disclose that while the camera's running, so I might can tell you that after the camera shut off.
Okay. I won't tell.